Our guests met each other 7 years ago when the band Jurojin needed a new drummer. And that's where the magic started, the magic between drums and tabla. And we're going to share that with you today. And we're also going to teach you why it is important to listen to each other while composing music and while live playing. Our guests for today are Francesco Lucidi on drums and Simran Singh Ghalley on tabla. Welcome at Music Clinics. Today we have two guests, and I've just introduced them to you. So I think we're going to have a great clinic on drums and tabla today. If you have any questions to Francesco or Simran, just send them to us on the Clinics webpage or send in a comment on Facebook. So I'll make sure that we are going to answer all your questions. So Simran, welcome.
Hi,
Francesco, welcome.
Thank you very much.
I've just introduced you. You met each other about 7 years ago. What happened with the band Jurojin? Because you needed a new drummer. By the way, the number you just played every day was from Jurojin.
Yes.
But what happened at that time?
If you'd allow me, I'd just like to start off by thanking yourself, Nico Spargat, and your wife Bridget, and Juan Van Emelu, and Mark for your great hospitality and for organising all of this in such a beautiful and a manner that we feel so at home, and we're very humbled by your generosity and efforts. And thank you to my brother Francesco for
thank you to you, man,
for being such a great artist. And
thank you very much.
And we'd like to thank our families for their support in our arts, and they're always the rock behind us and the strength behind us. Yeah, and especially I'd like to thank my Ustadi. Ustad Tari Khan. Ustad means teacher, but like life teacher. So he's not only teaching me tabla, he teaches me in life, and I'd like to say a big thank you to him and a namaskar to him always, and to the Blue Lions, Guru Khalsa. Thank you very much. Yeah. And the question regarding Jurojin was that we began as it was a two-piece, so the singer James Alper and Nicholas Rizzi, the guitarist, who he's instrumental in as a core member of the band. They started the band, and they would write a few tracks and things, and then I came along. We sort of met, and we became a three-piece, and from there Yves Fernandez joined the band, bass guitarist, and we had rolling drummers, and we were looking for someone who matched the same chemistry and the same energy, and we auditioned people and everything, but no one was coming along. And then one day Nicholas Rizzi found an advert by Francesco online, and we got together, and the rest is history. We sort of, as soon as we started playing, it was evident the chemistry there, and it was the rest is history.
Great. And Francesco, by the way, we got a question from one of our viewers who asks, why are you behind the plexiglass?
By the way, this is bulletproof, because right now Simran Ghalley is in a really dangerous position, very dangerous position. No, it's basically just for a sound, a fake of sound, because that mic over there is super sensitive and has to pick up just the tabla. We try to let it pick up just the tabla, and here from the other side, so much noise going on, so much craziness, and we don't want too much of this sound going into that one. And
so just for sound reasons, so
so everything is under control. The war,
But Francesco, when you met Simran and you met the band, and you saw you had to play with tabla, what did you think?
Well, my first thought was like, what? So I didn't have the privilege before that time to actually see a tabla or even hear that.
Yeah.
So I remember that during my audition, he wasn't there. And I was like, wow, actually that was the most complicated part of the whole situation, to meet him and try to play along together. Yeah. But I actually went after a couple of days to see them acoustic. They did a gig in London, acoustic gig, and basically I fell in love straight away with this playing, with the sound. And at that moment I thought, we can do something very interesting.
By the way,
together.
That's exactly the same, because you describe your music from Jurojin like experimental world heavy music. And the kind of the same experience you had is when I watched you online the first time. I thought, wow, what is this, man? It's great. So,
Thanks.
But, well, great to have your feedback. But Simran, can you tell us, the viewers, a bit more about your instrument? Because I guess many of them don't know tabla exactly.
Yeah, so this instrument, the tabla, originated many hundreds of years ago. It's a classical Indian instrument, and like a lot of Indian instruments, its root is spirituality, and hence there's sort of connotations in there of sort of yin and yang, male, female, so totalitarianism, and then duality, and then when you play them, they come together as one. So the bass of the instrument, there's the bass side, which gives a male sort of bass side sound, and the treble side, which is a more sort of female sound, if you will. And the bass side can be modulated by pressing on the pressing with the palm of the hand. And the treble side, it has one constant melodic note. So this is tuned to C, because all our tracks that we're playing today are generally in C today. And but you can play different tone. You play different notes on this. So the note stays the same, but you play different sounds, versions of that note. So. And the tabla has its own language. It's the way it's taught, I think, because for it to sort of go in the mind first and then come out from within. So it's taught as in a verbal language. So it has its own language. Every note that I play can be said. So I'd like to demonstrate that for you now, if that's okay. I'll say and play something. So. Da 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 So that's a demonstration of.
Yeah, what I understand from you, because well, we of course talked about this before, but it's every single note you can play, every tone you can play has a different word.
Yes,
so you can literally say what you're going to play.
Absolutely.
That's why I say it's coming straight from the heart, because
yes,
you can
it
say what you play.
Comes out from the language of it. Yeah.
And Francesco, for you, I mean, when you went into the band and you had to play with this, what did it change for you? How did you look at composing new music and work together with Simran?
Well, actually, inspired me a lot under like a drum point, in a sense that with him, during our songs, we do play loads of stuff unison together, and some stuff that we came up together or just from one of his idea or my idea. And but if he plays weird and too complicated stuff, I need to keep maybe more a beat, you know, to step on the back and be sitting on the back and drive. And he goes around, 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 and then we come together every time. But it's very interesting way to. It's basically I transpose often what he does on tabla or what he sings into the drum kit. So here we can explain the TI on every day, though.
Oh, on every day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
Okay. By the way, there was a question for you, Francesco, that came in. If you could tell a bit more about the left foot hi-hat technique.
Left, who's that? Seagal?
No. No, I'm not, I don't have the name. Maybe the
No, I'm
people
joking.
can see who sent in the question.
No, I'm joking.
But
I'm
I guess
joking.
it's referring to every day.
Yeah, actually, well, thank you very much for asking this question. For me, this thing here keep me on time, because often if we do stuff which I'm going outside of the downbeat, I know that this is gonna be always there, and I need to come on time every time. It's kind of a guide for me.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do play, often even like, if I get a bit too excited, I started to dance on it, and you know, I sing some lines with them. Ta 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 ta. It depends how difficult is the piece and stuff, and how confident I am on the piece of music. But this one has to be a guide for me.
Yeah.
It is a guide, and yeah, basically I use it just like that.
Can you tell me, because you teach me in the last few days what a TI is?
Ah, yeah, even in this one we can have a go with the hi-hat leading the tempo.
But a TI is something that you play very often, the two of you. There was one in every day. Is it a good moment to demonstrate it?
Yeah, of course.
What it is? Tell what it is,
Just
and
to
then
give a little history of a tihai.
Yeah.
So in nature there is and spiritual culture, the number 3 comes up many times. So 3 tihai means something repeated 3 times. So the idea of a tihai is something repeated 3 times exactly to add up straight to the first beat again. So if it's a phrase, the phrase and the gap must remain constant on each section, and you can take it from anywhere. You can take from the first beat or second or third or whichever beat you like, and it can go around as many cycles as necessary, but it has to drop back on the one, on the first beat. And the mastery of it is the sort of prediction that it's going to come in at another point. So you've committed to something that's going to come in later.
Yeah.
And you find this concept in sort of body, mind, and spirit, or the Holy Trinity, like Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, or in culture like Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, creator, sustainer, destroyer. So this is the same concept. So it's 3 times and then back to the one.
Yeah, but there's only one limitation. You need to be back at the one, but you can start whenever you want, and it can take as long as you want.
Yeah, but it's generally it's from the first beat you take it to the one. But if you want to get a bit crazy, then you can take it from a different beat. Yeah.
By the way, someone asked just a question, and please send in your questions because we like them, of course. But someone is asking, can you also have more than 2 tablas, or is it always 2?
You could have more than 2 tablas, but you only have 2 hands, so you can only play 2 at a time.
Yeah.
So you could have another one on a different tuning, or something that's called tabla tarana, so you can play different ones on different tunings, but you can only play 2 at a time, really.
2 at the same time.
It's yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe we can go to the Tihai.
If we can demonstrate the Tihai,
yeah, sure.
So it's it was a 6-beat Tihai. It was found about halfway through every day, right? So 1, 2. I'd like to just count it for you in Tabla language. So 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tarigeta, 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 da. Tarigeta, 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 da. Tarigeta, 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 1. So it's Tihai I've plagiarized from my Ustaji. It's created by Ustad Tariqan. And
actually on this beat, coming back to the question the guy asked me before, when we play this TI, you will understand later, I keep the time. Because we're going off beat and then we're coming back, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1.
Yeah.
If I don't do that, what I'm gonna play there, I can lose. You know, it's like
Okay.
our best friend. This
Yeah,
guy
maybe you should show it again because this is first time for many viewers. Just the
let's
same
play together.
same exercise.
Let's play it together.
Yeah.
do you want to play with track or? Yeah?
I basically do play here a double stroke, 13 beats, and tempo is. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This one's lead. Yeah. And so what I'm doing is. Not very difficult to play. But the concept of it, it's very interesting.
More difficult to grasp.
Exactly. Once you get it.
Yeah, but the hi-hat is also important here, although you don't hear it, but it's important to keep track
let
for you.
Let me play again and like there. Let's play like that. So, if you count this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. After 3 times we come back on the 1 basically. So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now you could hear better.
It's great. Thanks. For the viewers, just watch to the first play along we played at the beginning of the clinic, and there you see this Tihai. It's somewhere in the middle. So when you see the all-in-one version, it will be there. Got another question from viewers. They are asking, how do you tune your tablas?
The tabla is, you see these pegs on the side, so these increase and decrease the note by pulling tension onto the sides of the skin there. And these increase it by sort of semitones, so you can go up by notes. And then you tap the edge with this hammer here. Oh, if I can find it. Yeah.
Is that
So you tap the edge with this hammer here
Yeah.
to make the note subtly go up and down, so to fine tune. So.
Yeah, you can hear it. Yeah.
So that goes up and down like that. Yeah.
It's great. And then you tune it to C in this case.
Yeah, so you just tune to the root
Yeah.
note of the song.
The song.
Yeah.
Great. Well, now we did an introduction of drums and tabla. Maybe it's nice to go to the next play along. So they have a
Love to.
real life demonstration of how you guys compose and create this new music style, so to say. So go ahead. It's a song called Betray. It's from Jurojin also.
Yep.
Love to hear it.
You detune your tabla now. By the way, that's why this is bulletproof, you know, sake of
For the hammer.
dangerous place, man.
I'll try and contain myself. Yeah.
Ready, go.
Great song. Great song. I think it's nice to look into a few of these figures you're playing here. The TIs, and that are still need to get kind of familiar with the word. But there's also a question from one of the viewers. He or she is asking, why do you cover your tabla when you're not playing?
Nice.
There is lights in the studio, and the temperature fluctuates because of this. The lights heat up the skins, and it changes the tuning. So the bass side keeps tuning up, and the treble side goes out of tune. So to cover them to protect them.
Okay.
They're like a little coats.
Yeah. Sounds as a...
My mum made them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. They're even handmade.
Yeah.
Oh, great, man. Well, can we look at a few of the TIs in this song?
Dangerous one.
This is dangerous work. Yeah.
Don't try this at all.
Yeah, don't try this at home, especially while driving. we were talking about this at the end of this song, and we were driving home from a rehearsal session in London, and we were just discussing this high, and we got so into it, we missed our junction. We carried on. Then we thought, this is dangerous. There should be a hazard warning. We thought, when we come to the clinic, we're going to tell people don't drive and do this high. Yeah. So should we do the last one?
Shall we play it?
Yeah.
And then explain.
Should I describe it first?
Yeah,
or?
describe it first. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it a go. Yeah. So please forgive my mistakes if I make it. It's very difficult. So I'm going to try and count and play it at the same time. So it's a long tehai at the end, something I composed myself, and it's in 12 beats, but I'll count in 6, so half of 12. It's easier to count that way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get da 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 da. Get da 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 da. Da 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 da. Let me count once more. Sorry, I got it. I ran out of breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Great, man.
That's it. Yeah.
And this is at the end of the song, eh?
This is at the end of the
This
song.
is
Yeah, the long
where
one.
it gets really...
The heavy bit.
Yeah.
So basically, while he is playing that, I'm actually playing 6/8 on my left foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With my hands,
Wow.
I do play in 4 because I feel it 1, 2, 3, 4, and cycle 3 times. And then with my kick, I'm basically playing the accent together with Eve and Nick of the TI. So
Wow.
let's play a bit. 1 second. What happened? Nothing. Okay, shall we go?
We're playing to the track first.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Made a mistake, sorry. I'm too nervous. Okay, let's go. So basically, what I'm playing here is 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
And in this case, you start at 1.
Yeah, we started on the 1.
Yeah.
But the gap is very beautiful in this tehai. The gap in between each section is very beautiful. It goes.
Yeah.
So it's got that extra gap in there.
Can you
It's very
play your
beautiful.
part without Francesco?
Yeah.
Just like-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Can I say something? I didn't come up with this groove originally.
No.
Actually, this groove comes from Nicolas Rizzi, the guitarist, and they were playing this mad 12-bit TI, and he came up with this like guitar heavy stuff with those sax and guys. So it was like, okay, so you should try to do this. And it's like, wow. At the beginning, I was like, how can I do that?
Yeah.
And then it's like he showed me like, yeah. So it's like thanks to Nick, we came up with this heavy impact, a wonderful groove.
Great, great. I got a question from Sigal. Maybe you know him. I'm not sure. But he said you were talking about rehearsing and rehearsing the TIs and discussing the TIs. But anyway, he's asking how do the two of you rehearse? I mean, because you're such a difference in volume, and of course we here we have the screen. Maybe you don't have that where you rehearse. How does that work?
Just miking and monitors really, and we just adjust our playing styles to sort of match that. In a sort of studio environment, we position ourselves as far away as possible, not because we don't like each other, but because of the sound. Yeah. And it's
but also we try to protect tabla with some plexiglass.
Yeah. If we have something at hand, then we'll use that. But yeah, it's a struggle.
Yeah,
And then basically, of course, in-ears, radio pack, and
it's not just sitting down and play. You need to,
unfortunately,
especially live stage sound, very tough. You know, to sort of mic tabla into metal and this sort of heavy music was very tough, and that's why the arrangements are composed like. Even at the end there, it's heavy. It's very heavy. There's chugging and there's everything, but it's got the space for the tabla to come through. There's the highs and there's parts there. So it's a call and response. Or
but that's where it all melts together. I mean, I love it. I love it.
Thanks.
Great, thanks. What we always ask our guests is, who inspired you, or what inspired you many years ago, or maybe even yesterday? So both of you sent in a video. There's one from Francesco about Mike Portnoy. So let's watch that video first, and then we discuss. Francesco, when we met, you said this video from Mike Portnoy was my first inspiration. What happened at that time?
So basically, thanks to my brother Luca, he's a keyboard player, I basically got into music, and he actually had loads of albums from this band, Dream Theater. So I started, when I was a kid, I started to play those albums, and I got like, wow, this is amazing. Check the drummers, blah, blah, blah. So I got really into it. And I remember once, back in the day, I didn't have, I think, internet home and stuff. So the video thing on YouTube wasn't such a thing like now. I mean, you know, when you don't know things. So I was playing at the time with a cover band, and the keyboard player had the shop, and he was fixing computers. And I remember going in one day, and suddenly, I don't remember how, he put up this video, and me, I was like, and he knew that I loved this band and I love this drum, and I was like, oh, wow, how did you get it? It's like, how? And I actually watched it, I was like amazed. It's like, wow, I was there and I could see what he was doing and stuff. And to see like my idol for the first time popping in on a video on the screen, I was like, wow, I was doing like that. So I got really emotional, really attached to this video that this friend of mine showed it to me back in the day. And you know, since then I thought like, wow, this is what I want to do. I want to be cool like them, man.
That's where it started.
Yeah, everything
started off. Yeah. Simran, you also sent us a video. Let's watch this video first also.
Dagana dhati tegena tina ka dhati tegena tina ka dagana dhati tegena tina titikata dagana dhati tegena tina ka dagana na ka tinga tina ka dagana dhati tegena tina ka dagana dhati tegena tina titikata dagana dhati tegena tina ka dagana na ka tinga tina ka na.
Simran, tell us a bit more about what you just showed us.
In the video clip there was my Ustadi, my mentor, Ustad Tari Khan, and every time I hear his playing or watch a video or something, I feel very emotional, and I feel that same excitement I felt as a teenager listening to this force of tempo and sound and rhythm. Yeah. And just the finesse and the poise, and just hearing it inspired me so much in music. And then I was lucky enough at the age of sort of 18 to become his student. And officially there's a ceremony called Ganda Ban Shagirdi, so I'm an official student of Ustad Tari Khan, and all the family is there. And in Indian music, you don't just dedicate your life to the instrument, you do to your teacher as well.
Because so you stay with him for the rest of your life.
Yes, so you
that's
take,
how it works.
So the Ustad chooses you, and you have a wish of who you'd want your Ustad to be, and if he accepts you, then there's a relationship there that's promised, like a very spiritual, deep relationship, and it's for life. He's not only a teacher of music for me, it's a life coach.
And how often do you speak to each other?
We speak at least weekly, generally. So, but he's always touring. He plays all the time. So he's on 18-month tours all around the world. He's always traveling very much.
And do you meet his other students also?
Absolutely. There was one of my Tabla brothers was here yesterday, Ajmal, and we're like a big family. And it's another inspiration. A lot of them are very, very inspiring people, and their playing and the things they come up with and create is very beautiful. And especially my younger brother, Virpal Singh Ghalley. He's also a tabla player, but anything he touches, beatbox, santoor, anything he touches, he's just a creative genius. Yeah. And he's inspired me a lot as well. Every time listening to him, it makes me want to up my game all the time. He's a great inspiration of mine as well. So.
Great. He actually played with us.
Yeah.
With Jurojin. Yeah. With boxing. And
also a tabla.
Yeah, he plays tabla as well. He's a great tabla player and a student of Ustadi. So, yeah.
And did you have a specific coach or a specific teacher who inspired you, or?
Yeah, I had many, actually, not only one. And I remember, like, when I was kid, I was traveling to a city. Like my father used to come with me and go to Rome while when I was in Italy, and I had a couple of teachers there. Then I won a scholarship here in London 8 years ago, and I met so many teachers, and you get so many information from so many people nowadays. It's not even from a teacher, even from you. I get like a good vibe and some new ideas to work on. So it's like, for me, everything is inspirational around me. It could be for everyone. So,
and that's also. Maybe this is a nice topic for the next few minutes. That's how the two of you inspire each other. So can you show us a bit like how you compose music together? When you sit together.
Yeah, cool. We can show him on Betray that thing.
Okay. Take in the middle.
Yeah, take in the middle. So basically, he came up one day with this taker, and my groove was an easy groove on top of that. Always in 6, but I was playing really easy. Easy thing. And then he came up with this taker. And I got the vibe from him, because I usually, what I do when I hear music or like percussion or so, I translate them in my music language, so I sing them. And in this case it was so I felt the vibe, and I thought like, okay, so it could be and I came out with another groove. And he inspired me a lot on this. For example, let's play together. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So, it's like, I do love getting idea from what's around me. So he came up with this tabla take
I love the way he composes things, and it comes right out from inside. He's like, it's like really feels it from inside.
You have your own tabla language, and he has his own drum language.
Yeah, exactly.
In this case.
Exactly. It's amazing.
So,
Brothers.
so yeah, I feel it. It's just something that you feel, and you want to discover every time more of it, and color and stuff.
Yeah, there's a question here from someone says, Francesco, did you playing with Simran, did it change the way you play drums?
Oh well, yes. I learned a lot from this band, playing with this band, not only with Sim, but with Eve on bass, with Nick on guitar, and I learn. And usually when you learn, you grow, and we never stop learning things. So yeah, I mean, if we started to play together, we say 7 years ago. Well, back then I was a different Francesco than I am now, because well, everything comes to me, and I feel it is good. I take it as a knowledge, and I'll try to, reverse into this beautiful.
Yeah. And because, I mean, it also means that you've been playing less loud also, is that?
Yeah, also it helped me a lot to work with the dynamics.
Yeah.
I am a heavy player, so when actually we started to play together, I was like, well, always useful to record yourself, rehearse, when you do rehearsal and stuff. And yeah, man, that's cool, because you can hear everything in your ears. Yeah, you blast and stuff. And then when you sit behind a table, a desk with the speakers, and you listen to it, often I was like, well, I play too loud or I play too busy, and it's like we need to change.
Yeah.
And so this helped me a lot to discover loads of dynamics, and yeah, that's why I grow in the sense of knowledge and stuff. It's always good to be aware of what's around you. So even in this case with dynamic and stuff, you like blasting. In this case, I can, but in a certain way. When maybe he doesn't play, I can blast a bit more. When we play together to emphasize some things, let's say. But when it's like there is like a.
But there's always energy. It doesn't have to be very loud, but there's always energy. Yeah. By the way, someone asks, can you show a few of your warming up exercises?
For me?
Francesco, yeah.
Ah, okay, cool. I actually...
No star jumps, huh?
I actually, I do love 5-stroke roll. What I like to do every time I do exercises, warming up and stuff, do everything in a mirror way. So if we start with the right and then we start with the left, and I do love flams as well. So I actually came up with an exercise which end on a TI, not even knowing that it was a TI back in the day when I wrote it. So the warming up exercise that I do usually is this one. Flam, 5-stroke roll, single roll. No, not crazy stuff. Paradiddle, yeah, but even single stroke, easy. It's because I like to play. I'm not steady when I play, so I need to do like a bit of physical exercise before a gig.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that you also speed up your exercises before you play?
No, before a gig, for example, it's just to warm up your hands, basically. Just easy things, flams, triplet, paradiddle, but easy, very easy. Maybe on a pillow instead of on a pad, so you don't have rebounds, so it's a bit more. But like, slow it down, just, things, you've got muscle memory, just to, when you have to start up the car, winter time, and it's outside, it's frozen. You don't just turn it on and blast it. No. You turn it on, you let it like warm it up, but easy, and then you blast it.
I got another question here. Well, let me try to explain. You just played apart from Betray. You just showed how it worked. Someone asks, is this also a tihai?
It's not. It's a
No.
we use the word teka. Teka just means like a riff.
Yeah.
So like a percussive riff. So din da din da dun dun din da din da dun dun din da. So it's just a continuous riff that goes. There's no gaps or anything expecting to drop on a first beat.
No, so basically that's what a tihai is.
Yeah, yeah,
But
a
you
tihai.
do not only play tihais, you also
No,
play
no.
so
Tihai is-
regular rhythms on your tabla.
Tihai is generally used at the end of a phrase or something to accent it, to bring it back to the first beat in a
Yeah.
big crescendo.
Yeah.
You know, so to make that big the big finale. You know.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the-
yeah. And I got another question here: is if the both of you also work together in other musical projects or other music styles? I think you did.
Yes, we actually recorded an album with Anna Phoebe.
Yeah.
And she's an amazing violinist. And we actually, when we were looking for a singer, and we stopped a bit playing and do a bit more research and stuff, and we started to work with Anna. She has been working with us before, and you know we basically felt this chemistry, and we started to write music together.
Yeah.
Very different kind of music. It's I would say lighter than Jurojin.
Yeah.
We don't have this chung guitars and stuff. And actually inspired me a lot to discover some other places.
I know there are a lot of videos on the internet you can see from this
Yeah, yeah,
project,
yeah.
and there's even an album I think on Spotify.
Spotify,
Yeah, absolutely.
iTunes, whatever.
And then any other things happening currently?
I think individually we're working with different people,
Yeah.
and playing the Blue Lions band is like Indian classical music, but we do fusion stuff with everything from house to different things. I played with Basement Jacks a couple of times and stuff like that. And Francesco.
I'm playing with some other couple of bands, plus I'm doing session. So actually, Nick and Anna are working on their own acoustic project called Papillon. You can check this band out. They are sick. It's
Yeah.
basically just violin and acoustic guitar with some
Yeah.
layers of backing track and stuff. And yeah, I mean, still part of the family, but you know, it's like.
And what's going to happen with Jurojin? Because
We'd like to write some stuff together as well, so that's the plan, to maybe put some stuff down. us two,
I
and-
know. Of
yeah,
course.
because we're kind of closing off for the clinic now.
Okay.
It always goes very fast, as
Wow.
you can see.
Already. Wow.
But we still have some time. But there's going to be a long play along, where you really show what you do with the band and how you work together. So we're going to start it in a few minutes. But what's going to happen with Jurojin in short term? Any new stuff coming
we're
up?
still deciding what to make concrete at the moment. So we were looking for a singer. We have a whole album of material. All the songs you hear today are unreleased material from the
Yeah.
album. We're doing just a tabla and drum run through of it, but it's a full band lineup. And if we find a singer, or if we find a number of singers, we have some potential people, or we release a instrumental album. But this music will be out, I'm sure,
Yeah.
hopefully next year. So
Yeah.
and there'll be some concerts and things along with it. So.
And the next song you're going to play to close this off, Jyoti. There's a story behind it, because it
Yeah.
was written even before Francesco was there.
Well, the singer and Nicholas Rizzi, James Alper, the singer, and Nicholas Rizzi, the guitarist, they'd written this song when we first met. So they came to my university halls of residence with this song, and then they're like what can you do on it? And so I played on it, and they're like, it needs tabla on there. That's how I sort of joined the band. And so that song is one of our first ever compositions.
Yeah.
But it wasn't released on the last album because we didn't have Francesco, so it wasn't ready for release yet. But it means Jyoti means light in Hindi or Punjabi or Sanskrit culture, and Francesco's last name is Lucidi. So I think with its sort of Latin Italian roots, it means like the light or shine, or
Lucid,
light or
shine,
prakash,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
so he was destined to be on
It
this
was
track.
kind of
Yeah, his
predicted
name-
that he would
his
show
name
up
was-
in
yeah.
short term.
One day.
So this track has it's in a 4/4 time signature, so it's more digestible. It has a big crescendo. It's got solos in there. It's got a bit of everything. So it encompasses a total sort of Jurojin experience.
Yeah, great. Well, we're going to watch this play along to close this clinic off, and I had a really great time, and I'm sure I'm going
Thank you so
to
much.
very
look
much,
back
Nico.
at this clinic many times,
Thank you very
and also
much.
to the play alongs. So I hope you enjoyed yourself also. We are going to show you an evaluation form, and please let us know what you think of this clinic, and if we can improve, also please let us know. And if you have some great ideas for great artists to perform here, please let us know, and we will see if we can get them into the studio. This clinic will be online, I guess, as from tomorrow or the day after, on Facebook, on YouTube, and of course on Music-Clinics.com. Thank you for watching, and we have our next clinic coming up by the end of September. Please watch our website and you can see when it is. I think it's on the 4th of September, also on a Sunday. Thank you for watching. And Francesco, Simran, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for
Thank
having
you very
us.
much. Just wanted to say before we close, a huge thank goes to Danny Koch for bringing Turkish, those fantastic symbols here today, and Jurojin Bax to bring this amazing star classic Tama. So huge thanks to them. Thank you very much.
Thanks
you
to all
for
the
your
guys
support.
from Jurojin as well, for Nick and Eve for letting us play all these
Nick,
tracks
team,
and
Nick,
play together again soon.
Right.
Yeah.
And any closing comments for the viewers? Any advice for them?
Advice. My advice would be to play with so many musicians as possible and to get loads of inspiration from them, like I did actually. So it's very good not to be against each other, that bullshit like that. No, just to learn from each other, and you know, and to get all this knowledge and like translate them in good music.
For me, always remain a student. Music is one language. Respect all artists and learn from everybody, and always remain a student. That way you'll constantly learn. The second you get out of that, your learning finishes there. You'll never improve from that
Then
point
you will
on.
stop. Yeah. Well, thanks guys to come over
Thank
to
you
the
very
studio
much
all the
for
way
having
from
us.
UK in this case.
Thank you so much.
It was very nice to have you here, and we're going to watch the last play along for today. It's called Jyoti. It's also from Jurojin.